Hi, welcome you all to the Crypto Singh Show, and my name is Gunpreet Singh, and we talk about Bitcoin, NFTs, Metaverse, everything related to the cryptocurrency on this show every single day. Well, what's happening with the Bitcoin pricing, and where are we heading to, and more importantly, what's happening with the economic crisis? Everything in this show. Before we begin, please do like, share, and subscribe. Well, what's happening with the Credit Suisse? We all know that they're on the verge of bankruptcy in Switzerland. Well, it's really interesting. There's little something that we all need to know. How Switzerland has been saved or has been made. Well, in the world during the World War One. Let me put this way: that during the World War One, Switzerland was in a dilemma because they didn't have army, they didn't have financial aspect, they had nothing. They knew they are pretty much dead. Well, before the World War II, they had, I'll not go into the details what happened, but just a short story on how this entire Switzerland was actually made and how this is related to the crypto world. Well, during World War II, before World War II, Switzerland knew that they need to protect themselves. Now, how would they protect themselves? So they thought, you know what? Let us get an army today and protect ourselves. Well, they made it compulsory for everyone in the country to fight for their country. So they had 2 lakh soldiers. Well, fair enough. But did the West really care for that? I mean, all those soldiers were just numbers for them. I mean, Hitler would have just gone on to kill Switzerland. Probably for him, it was never the number. Now, Switzerland thought we need to do something more. So what they did is they didn't give refuge to the Jewish people because they knew Hitler would come against them. And so they knew that they took a stand that, you know what, we are neutral in the world and we're not fighting the world war. We are not here, we are not there. Now, someone who's already lost, you can't do much about them, right? I mean, it's almost like he's not even fighting a war. He's like, I've already lost. So they came out with a very, very sensible system, and which was actually the Swiss banking. Now, what banking has to do with the World War? Well, go read the history and understand why this banking came about and why Switzerland came about and what Switzerland is today. Well, Switzerland came into the market financially with this banking system. And what was this banking system? Where they didn't require any KYC. So now you could have your top secrets or your top money stored in the Switzerland banks. What happened? Entire world knew that we were going to go on a war. And what did they do? They start storing money in Switzerland. So eventually, Switzerland actually had no other financial strategy. And this helped them because nobody wanted to attack Switzerland. Because it was as simple as that if they attack, their own money is gone. So they were really smart in investing everyone's money in their country for them not to attack them. And this really did help Switzerland. And this actually made what Switzerland is today. And we hear so much about the Switzerland banks. And this is exactly why we hear this. Because this is not today or yesterday that it started. So to save themselves from the World War and from the other countries, conquering them or other countries ruling over them, they basically came out with this system where they thought that let's come out with a system where if we get crushed financially, the entire countries get all the country itself trying to crush Switzerland gets crashed themselves because their money is invested into it. So they never actually fought the World War, but they still won the World War. And Switzerland became Switzerland, and that is why this is a small country, and the currency holds value much more than anyone else. And that is how Switzerland actually came about. Now, Credit Suisse is actually going through a bad phase, and which is again the banking system or is kind of a thing. Now, this banking system, you have to realize that Switzerland, if it goes through Lehman Brothers, it's not going to be a small thing, it's going to be a big thing because everyone's money is invested into these banks and into Switzerland. So you definitely don't want another Lehman Brothers coming in. And if you think that Switzerland is a small country, it's not about the country being small, it's about everyone's money being invested in Switzerland. So I mean, it's gonna be a really big news. So this is what is happening in Switzerland. But how is it related to crypto? Well, I mean, we needed no KYCs at that point of time. I mean, nobody did shout at that time because Switzerland was also giving out all the other currencies to the world, and Switzerland was doing everything that Bitcoin is doing today. And what happened is because people wanted to save their money from the wars. That's exactly what's happening in crypto. As soon as there was Ukraine-Russia war, we saw the money going into the crypto market. As soon as the recession was coming in, the issues were coming in, we saw the money coming into the crypto market, and exactly like that during the World War phase, the money started pouring in into Switzerland because everyone started parking money there because they knew that this would be something for the for later on. At that point of time, nobody thought of US dollars, nobody thought of anything. They invested in the Switzerland currency. So that's exactly a kind of a system which was there, which is now coming true in terms of Bitcoin. The only thing is that this is digital. Now you don't even need to cross borders. So eventually this system will take over the world, and it's really something that Switzerland, how it was made and why, and even today Switzerland actually supports the maximum cryptocurrencies because that's just how they function and that's how their world functions. And what's happening with the economic crisis during in the world is something that I'll tell you is that India is very neutral in the world economic kind of state, and they have said that we follow non-alignment movement, which is that we don't have any we're not against anyone. So when PM Modi was asked, actually, I mean, by US and all, that whom would you support, and PM Modi was very clear, the Indian government were very clear that we will support wherever there is Vikas means growth. Now wherever there is growth, we will support that, which is in interest of the nation. So this world war, where the economic world war, where Japan is fighting with China, with Korea, where China is fighting with Taiwan and Japan is fighting with China, Russia is coming in, India is actually taking a very, very neutral step. And neutral step does not only come from financial terms, does not come from peace, it also comes from holding a strong army. Well, if you don't have a strong army, you don't think that you can actually make peace. And that's the reality of today's world. But the economic crisis are something that it is for the world to be seen, but I don't think it's going to be for India to be seen, because India would be exactly in the stage where I think Switzerland was at one point of time with this Make in India, all of these things going on. I think Indian government would take steps where we would be saved, or the Indians would be saved from the economic crisis. So just an update on what's happening because all of these things do impact any global market. It's not just about stock market, right? And this channel is not just about cryptocurrencies. It's about also what's happening around us. We can't be blind to what's happening around us and completely be ignorant to the fact that these things won't matter in the crypto industry. It does matter. And saying that we haven't gone wrong on our predictions till now. So we do take all of these things into kind of situations, into thing with the charts. So we do compare it with the charts and then see what's happening. And in fact, the last time I made a video, I said that we're strong and we're bullish. And I exactly wrote that we are bullish, and we've gone up since then. We've not gone down since then. And I also said 18,500 or 18,600 is more like 19,500. Now 19,500 is again broken. Now, how easy has that been to break? But how difficult it's been to break 18,500? Well, this is exactly, and I don't think any other YouTuber has actually said that 18,500 is even a resistance. But I did say that when I saw that, that there is something more to this chart. It's not just about 19,500 now. It's about 18,500 and 19,400, 500, 600. We've been on that chart. It's acted as a resistance, but we crossed that again and we're again above that. And I think there's an upward movement coming in, and saying that all of these economic crises, for the world to know what's happening, will take some time. So I personally think that December, Jan would be the breakdown for the market. I was thinking October, November, but I don't think that's happening now. And everyone is too bearish for this to happen. So I think Jan and December and Jan, I think, is the time where these breakdowns would happen. Right now, I think we're going to go up. The markets are going to be slightly stronger from now on. I personally feel that this is what, and these are the things that charts are showing. Irrespective of markets going up or down, any kind of movement now will be extremely big movements. Now we're not going to have smaller movements coming in. We're going to have big movements coming in. It's going to be like 14,000 or 25, 26,000 now. Now we've reached a stage where we've already been accumulating. Now this accumulation has been going on since a long time. You see, in the previous charts or the previous times, we were not accumulating. Now we've been accumulating, and 18,000 to 19,500 have been the accumulation zone right now. So we might break down to 14,000, or we might break up to 25, 26,000 for now, which I think we're going to go up around 25, 26,000 type. And breakdown might come in Jan and in December and Jan. So that's all for now, and we're looking slightly bullish for now, and I hope it stays like that and everyone is happy with the market, because a lot of this money, by the way, is actually standing on the sidelines. So a lot of these all of these people who want to invest into crypto are actually holding on to the sideline and holding on to the money for the right time to invest into it. So don't think that the money is not there. The money is there. It's not being invested right now, and it's being lying on the sidelines. As soon as they see the bottom coming in, this money is going to start pouring into this market, and trust me on it, that these are the money, I mean, these are the funds that once comes into the crypto market, it's going to pick up like that. So be aware that this is also a situation where people are not out from the market. They are waiting to buy the exact price or the exact bottom from the market. So there's a huge amount of capital being sidelined right now just for the sake of investment when the time is right. So bottom will not stay for a long time. The accumulation would happen very quick this time around. So this is my prediction. This is my analysis. I again, as I say, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and invest carefully. Don't invest everything in one thing. So always do your own research. And signing off, and this is all for now. So signing off from the Crypto Singh Show, Gunpreet Singh. Take care. Bye bye. See you next time.